He forgot his place even as a son. And so sometimes, children, you can allow bitterness to come into your lives, and you're unable to see what God is trying to do through you. You're so angry with the other sibling in your household that you forget that your Father loves you all the same. It may be difficult to experience, but this brother, the elder brother, was more concerned about separating himself from his younger brother and from his father. He wouldn't even go into the banquet. Sometimes we are so ungrateful for what is already ours that we begin to see the world differently instead of from the way God would want us to see it. We have a responsibility to advance the kingdom of God, and through our service to others, especially our children, we advance the kingdom of God by offering our time, our talent, our resources, and compassion. God, dads, let's begin to make a determined effort in every single day to bring the kingdom of God to earth. That's our task. Whether we are aware of it or not, it is our task to pray and to seek ways to pour the love of Christ into somebody else's life. And may it begin with our children, pouring ourselves into their lives. The promotion of God in the family and in community is a true demonstration of the gospel. The gospel becomes real when we put it into action. It is said that you are what you do, and therefore, using that logical approach to things, it can lead to a lot of trouble. I remember being in philosophy class at Acadia, and the teacher said to the person next to me, "What do you consider to be a nerd?" And she looked at me, and she said, "Somebody who wears glasses." At that moment, I loved her name, Mona Lisa, more than I loved her. The professor looks at me and said, "What do you think? Are you a nerd?" And I said to him, "Does it matter what I think?" Being philosophical myself, of course. Well, 2 months later, lo and behold, Mona Lisa is now sporting a brand new pair of glasses. Logic would predict that I'd go up and talk to her. And I did. "Mona Lisa," I said, so kind and soft, with affection in my eyes. "Welcome to the Nerd Club." Using logic sometimes can get us in all kinds of trouble. If you act selfish, you are self-centered. If you act foolish, then somebody would conclude that you're a fool. If you help others, somebody may conclude that you are a caring person. However, what if we look at this from another perspective? From the perspective of being a child of God, a child of the King, born again, a member of the family of God. As a Christian, God tells us to do what you are. And therefore, as a Christian, we love because we are the embodiment of Christ. We serve because the gifts of God are within us. We forgive because we have experienced forgiveness through Christ. And third, a dad invites his children to celebrate. Fathers, our God is not boring and distant. He is actively participating in our lives. The banquet is a reminder of the kingdom of God. The invitation to a meal is an invitation to intimacy with God. The invitation of a meal, even when it comes to communion, is an invitation to have intimacy with God. He says, do this in remembrance of me. And so here, this father who saw his son from a distance comes and embraces him, and before his son even finishes everything he had to say, he says, quick, robe him, put a ring on his finger, identification, put a ring on his finger, kill a calf. We're going to celebrate because he was lost, but now he's found. He was dead, but now he's